Hello everyone, and welcome to another ZQGuide. This is GM Shad here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Shadowchaser, Soul Guardian's newest character available for purchase now. The Shadowchaser is an assassin class that uses a variety of powerful attacks to take down his enemies. The Shadowchaser has 12% increased attack, 15 increased attack speed, 30% increased wind resistance, and an extra 30% amp damage to the demon type. The Shadowchaser's first skill is called Autumn Shuriken, and it has the lowest cooldown, so you'll probably be using it the most often. It can actually hit multiple enemies if you're skilled enough to land it the right way. Let's take a look at it in game. So there's the Shuriken used normally against one enemy, but if you'll notice, it actually hits again further down the screen. What this allows you to do is hit an enemy multiple times with one Shuriken if you position it correctly, like that attack against this pudding. Watch one more time. And if you notice at the end, it actually hits right next to the character. So if there's an enemy behind you and you shoot a shuriken in the other direction, you can actually get 3 hits off of one shuriken. The Shadowchaser's second skill, Orochi Summons, transforms him into a giant venomous snake that stuns, damages, and has a chance to poison and fatigue all enemies around him. Let's take a look at this powerful skill in game. As I mentioned before, this skill is a stun, so it's very powerful, but its range is not that long. Notice how it hits the enemies within the radius of the snake, but outside of that, and you probably will not be able to catch your opponent with this ability. Notice how after these guys get hit, they actually get poisoned and fatigued. Combo this with one of your other abilities like Shuriken, and you should be able to finish enemies off fairly quickly. Shadowchaser's third ability is called Black Butterfly, which summons a swarm of butterflies around him that damage all nearby enemies. Let's take a look at this one in game as well. This ability is very powerful because it is not channeled, meaning that once you hit it, you can still continue to attack while it goes off and damages enemies around you. Notice that it does not move to follow the Shadowchaser, so once you press that button, it's only going to hit the enemies near the point where you activated it. This ability works very well in combination with his other skills because you can use one immediately after activating it, such as his ultimate, which we'll talk about now. Shadowchaser's ultimate, Chains of Hell, summons the Grim Reaper to damage every enemy on screen. This is my favorite ability both in terms of how it looks and in terms of how much damage it does, so let's take a look at it in game. So here we are softening up some enemies with some of his first abilities, weakening them, and then summoning the Grim Reaper at the end to finish them off. Also watch the shuriken at the end. It's a perfect example of how you can hit one enemy, then have it go behind you and finish another one off for 3 total hits. The Shadowchaser is fast and powerful with a diverse skill set that can deal a lot of AoE damage, as well as a stun, poison, and fatigue with his second ability, which can be very useful in PvP if you land it correctly. Visit Nana's character shop to buy him in game now. Thank you, Guardians. I'm ZQ Shad, and I hope you have a great time defending Midgard.